Welcome back everyone to Neo Racing. We are back with the GT3 Championship. Unfortunately we missed Bathurst because unfortunately I disconnected. But we are back here at Indianapolis. It's a thunderstorm, so the weather's atrocious. We are in the Mercedes AMG GT3. Rolling start, Bidzster's on pole, and we're off! Bidzster and TY get decent starts. Looks like midfield, a few people got a decent start there as well. We're coming down towards the first corner, long drag. Bidzster's moving around to try and defend. As we come into the first corner, TY slides a bit and a contact between Jay Houston and Neil there, but I think a little bit more contact as well, but I think we're okay. Everyone else nice cleanly through. Bidzster's lost it! Bidzster has lost it! Must have hit a puddle or something, but he's completely lost it. Stevie's off in the background as well, so terrible start by them two. As we look at Neil, second place, he's having a go at his teammate. TY is up the inside. Will he make it stick into the little complex section that we're coming up to? Yes, he will. Jay Houston had a little look there as well. Let's get the camera back on him to see if he made it through, side by side. But we'll be very careful because there's gets a bit squeezed out there. TY gives him room, but there's loads of puddles on the track, plenty of aquaplaning that can happen, so you've got to be really careful. So, meanwhile, Bidzster's back in 9th. That's not where he wants to be. He's back there, he's got his internet fixed, and he's back on it. So, but obviously that spin didn't help, so he's catched up to Danny Quaver, so we'll keep an eye on Bidzster's progress hopefully through the field. Here's the progress at the front of the field. Here's Jay Houston, still at the back of TY, but managed to gap a bit, and just behind him is one of our new guys, Flying Flapper. It's Stevie, one of Stevie's friends who recommended, and he's joined our group and subscribed to my YouTube channel, the Bidzster. I provide all the Neo Racing videos. We had a little look at Jay Houston, but thinks better of it, so good to have another racer in the championship. There's Keith, struggling a bit with in the wet, really wet. Bidzster's moved up to 8th, he's past Danny Quaver, so it's one position gain for Bidzster after his awful first lap. Meanwhile, Team Blue still at the front. TY and Neil and TY just starting to stretch a gap now. And just coming down towards the complex section. It's all a bit more spread out. Let's have a look. A bit further behind. Here's Bidzster on his trying to light some blaze, trying to make a comeback. Cashing up to the back of Blakeney. Meanwhile, further back, Stevie and Danny Quayle look like they're having a bit of a battle there for 9th place. Nice and close between them two. And Stevie's got the advantage for now. Let's move back onto Bidzster, see how he's climbing the field. He's up behind Blakeney now, so let's see if he makes a move on Blakeney. Oh, Jamo's made a mistake there. Jamo's made a mistake. He's gone off somewhere. He rejoins just in front of Flying Flapper, who must have made a mistake from 4th place as well. So that's two people that have made a mistake there. Flying Flapper goes around the outside of Jamo and gets the track position. There's an awful little puddle. You'll see a lot of cars twitch just as they come onto the oval. There's a stream of water that comes down from the oval and it just settles at the bottom of the track just as they join onto it, and it's caught a lot of drivers out in practice. But looks like everyone's got to grips with it now, so as Bidzster harasses Team White. Blakeney 5th place, doing a good job of keeping Bidzster behind for now. He's having a little look. Flying Flapper's closing up as well, so he's got to keep his eyes in his mirrors as well. As they come up through this fast chicane, through that. Bidzster's very fast through there, gets a good line, he moves up past Blakeney on the inside for the next corner. And looks like he's going to do it on the brakes. Yeah, that's a clean move. Good move by Bidzster. The next target for Bidzster is Keith. Well, he's in the background there. Flying Flapper losing it a little bit there. He's got a bit of a time slapper on the water in the midsection. Looks like he's okay for now. Back to the little gaggle in the mid-pack. Oh, well, there's Blake taking out one of the marker posts there, so he's gone further back down. Blakeney there, he's rejoined in 9th place, just behind. There he is. That just shows you one mistake and you go all the way back. Very competitive field in this race. Onto the straight. Bidzster's behind Keith. Will he make a move up the inside under brakes? He moves out, yep, later on the brakes. And I think he's going to make it stick. Yes, he is. So Bidzster moves up to 4th and now in pursuit of TY. Bidzster is released. Meanwhile, Jamo's having to defend from Flying Flapper. Good showing from his first race here, Flapper. Keeping with the mid-range guys. Meanwhile, there's a car in the background there, goes really wide onto the outside. That was Blakeney. All seems under control. Through the midsection, really tiptoeing round. It's so wet out there. Don't want to spin the rears up at all. It'll result in a spin that you don't want. And meanwhile, TY and Jay Houston look like they're quite close here. You looked close on the timing board a minute ago, unless TY's just made a mistake. But it's TY in 3rd, Jay Houston in 2nd. Neil still out in front. He's stretched his lead out to 6 seconds now. Almost 6.5 seconds and climbing, so he's doing a good job. He's Neil out front. Meanwhile, a bit further back, Flying Flapper right behind Jamo. You can just see how immense the spray is. It's absolutely unreal. And they go down to the first corner. Jamo looked a little bit late on the brakes there, but I think he got away with everything. Going towards the 3rd corner. There's a massive puddle on the inside here, which Flying Flapper's just got caught out on. Just speed commentator's curse. That's what happened to Bidzster on the first lap, except Flying Flapper recovered is a bit better than Bidzster did. Bidzster did a full 360 pirouette and then had to wait for everyone to go past before he could recover. So there he goes, rejoining in 8th place. Meanwhile, Bidzster's there, he's still trying to go on the hunt for TY and Jay Houston there. That's there's the two he's trying to catch. TY pushing on. He's caught Jay Houston up a little bit. So, Jay Houston doing well here for Team Orange. Trying to get some more points to catch up onto Team Blue. And just a quick recap while this is all settling down a little bit. As the Bathurst race, unfortunately we couldn't cover that one because we didn't get the replay saved. But I can confirm that Neil Farmack won that race. So Neil extended the lead yet more and TY got 2nd place. Meanwhile, as TY moves out on Jay Houston to have a look. Side by side into the first corner. Jay Houston's staying with him. He's saying, I'm not going to give up yet, sunshine. And he's still staying with him. Forced him to the inside, got to be careful of the puddle that's there. Very twitchy. Jay Houston using the wet line around the outside to try and keep the grip, but nope, TY keeps hold of the position for now. So good driving between those two. There we go. Jay Houston goes hard over the curbs there. Meanwhile, a bit further back, Jamo in 5th, Keith still in 6th place behind. Not doing too bad. All a little bit more strung out now. Well, that's what the wet weather tends to do sometimes. So let's rejoin the Jay Houston TY scrum. Out near the front. Yeah, a little bit more separated now. Probably about a second between them both. There they are. Around the final complex. Another couple that are close. I think Jamo and Keith are still quite deep. There's a little bit of a gap for him, but I think Flapper's closed up onto the back of Keith now, so we'll keep an eye on that. Here's Flapper. He's not on Team Blue, he just happens to be in a blue car as a one-off, so Not doing too bad. Danny Craven managed to make an appearance for his wildcard thing, and Keith hits the wall. Keith makes a mistake. Flapper goes through. So Keith there with a mistake. So probably, like I said earlier, there's that puddle on the inside where all the water from the oval runs down to, and he probably just caught that and then lost rear end traction. And the car row snapped out on him. But decent recovery, he didn't get sucked into the wall too much. Only lost one place. As they go through the chicane section. Meanwhile, there's your leader, Neil Farmer, just coming onto the into the last complex section. Lap 7 out of 14, so we're more or less halfway through this race. Nicely gentle on the throttle, good application of power, be careful not to swerve the car too much around here. And that's where the puddle is, just there. See the car twitch a little bit. He gets away with it and down the straight. There's Jay Hughes in second place, Team Orange. He runs a bit more wide because of that stream of water, but managed to keep it on track. Bidzster's moved up to third. TY has lost it. TY's lost it. He must have lost it earlier around the lap as well for Bidzster to get past. So TY struggling now in the wet. Yeah, there's some decent laps in qualifying, but he's just struggling with the consistency of the car here as they go down, as he comes down the straight. Meanwhile, in the background, Flying Flappers closing up to the back of Jamo. I don't think he's close enough for a move into turn 1. No, he's not. You can see the rain streaming down. It's thunderstorm condition. Jamo makes a little mistake there though, so don't want to open the door to Flapper, and TY's off again. TY's off again, gone down to 6th place. Maybe even Keith might be able to get past. But as we watch Flapper and Jamo going at it, Flapper goes to the inside and just locks up the brakes, outbrakes himself. Luckily doesn't take Jamo with him. You go through the chicane bit. Meanwhile, TY is... Keith didn't get past TY. TY looks like he's really struggling with the grip on that car. The grip just seems to have gone. For some reason. I mean, TY does run on a controller compared to everyone else on the wheel. Sometimes it's an advantage, obviously with this race, sometimes it's not. And he's not feeling the car in this race at all, so unlucky for TY. Hopefully he'll not go any further back than what he is, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on things. So that's moved Bidzster up to 3rd place, and then Bidzster now closing on his teammate. So we'll have to see what happens here as we approach the last sort of 4 or 5 laps of this race. Oh, Flying Flapper's lost it. Flying Flapper's gone round. Another spinner in the wet conditions. Everyone really struggling with the conditions, so they've got a little bit of damage, but obviously it's visual in this championship just to give everyone a chance in case they do go off. In case of lag from previous races, but looks like we've solved those problems now as everyone goes onto the straight, trying to avoid that stream of water. Coming down towards turn 1. Keith still in 5th place with everyone else more or less behind him. TY and Stevie onto the brakes. Back round on the power. Keith gets on the power nicely out of there. TY does as well. And TY have a look into here. Keith slightly defends just to keep it covered in case of a lunge. Keith's going to be on a very tight line for the chicane though. TY might be able to get a good run here onto the straight, but no, both get a same kind of average run. And into the complex section. And they're both still holding on okay for now. Through this complex section. Meanwhile, Bidzster's on the back of his teammate Jay Hewson, so I don't know what's going to happen here, but we'll come back to this one in a minute as we go back to this battle between Keith and TY as we go down the little kink onto the oval. Oh, TY has a very big moment there as they come onto the oval. Stevie goes past, really big twitch there. Don't know what there, he's gone wide again, so we've got to be careful. He's going to be down to 8th place because Flying Flapper's trying to go around the outside of him now. and doesn't manage to do it. So TY keeps 7th for now, but he's got to get some consistency, otherwise he's going to lose even more places. Oh no, Twitch, I think there was a tiny bit of contact there. Flying Flappers trying to get past, but yeah, he's not having a good race here, TY. Very, very, very twitchy, that car. We'll see if Flying Flapper gets through. He goes on the inside, gets the car stopped, goes through. Runs a bit wide though, TY snapped back. Flapper holds on to it for now, so that's how the positions stay for now. Meanwhile, Bidzster is right up behind Jay Hewson, the two Team Orange second and third running together. Now will they hold position, or will Bidzster go for it? I think knowing these two, Bidzster will probably go for it, but we'll see how things pan out. We're on lap 10 of 14. Neil's just started lap 11 ahead of him. They go onto the straight. Onto the straight they go. Don't think Bidzster's close enough to have any kind of look into turn 1 yet. He's got lights on, he's flashing them, so he's making him aware that he's there, so clearly it's race on from Bidzster. To the first corner, Jay Hewson runs a tad wide there. Bidzster's going to close up a little bit, but not close enough for any moves just yet. To the right-hander, into the chicane. Flat out almost, but maybe, oh, Bidzster runs a bit wide over the curve, that'll not do any favours whatsoever. They lost a bit of speed from that. They're still running together, Team Orange, in formation. Into the complex section. This is closer. Really is closing up. Everyone else is sort of spread out a bit, I think, looking at the times in the top right. Top left, sorry. So let's keep with this battle for now. On the brakes. Into the little complex section. There's a right-hander first, then it goes into a really, really tight left. There's the left. And then he goes on to a longer right onto the straight, but Jay Hewson makes a mistake on traction, and Bidzster slides at the inside. It's all the invitation he needs, and through he goes. But he's made a mess of it onto the straight, and there's no contact between the two teammates as he's gone onto the straight. Coming down the straight now, side by side, none of them are letting up. No, Bidzster's got a little twitch there on the water, on the wrong angle, because he took too much speed through the other corner, and Jay Hewson slides back in front. So, good racing between them two, hard but fair. As we come round to the third corner, just a very, very twitchy from Bidzster, who's trying really hard, maybe too hard. As we go through the chicane, over the curves, Bidzster using all the curves he can now, but Jay Hewson keeps to the left to defend. Bidzster moves out to the right, but Bidzster might have a better braking line here. But now Jay Hewson, might be a bit late in. Bidzster goes up to the other side, tries to do a little bit of a switchback, but they can't make it work through here, boys. Sort yourselves out. And Jay Hewson keeps second place for now. Good scrap between these two. Fair, very good, fair racing. Come down towards the last complex. Meanwhile, let's just have a little look at what else is happening. We've got Keith there in 5th place, Stevie just behind in 6th place. Not really many other battles happening on track at the moment, so what we'll do is we'll head back to the battle for second place between the two Team Orange guys. Jay Hewson better out of that corner that time, a bit wide, but better traction than he did before, and Bidzster got immense traction out there. So going to make the same mistake again. No, Jay Hewson made the mistake and he's gone wide, hit the barrier on the oval and hit the wall on the oval, and Bidzster goes through. So that was a repeat of what happened to Bidzster the lap before, but in much more dramatic fashion. So Bidzster takes second place, Jay Hewson takes third, but I'm sure he'll not want to be third. He'll want to snap back at Bidzster when he can. But that's how it remains for now. Meanwhile, a bit further back, here's Blakeney in 9th place. Danny Quaver, he'll be the car behind in 10th. There's the blue car behind. 10th place. Neil Farmack, who's in the lead, is coming up on these lads. So he's got a good lead there, Neil. There he is, coming through the same complex that they've just gone through. So, pulling out a good gap, 11-second gap, doesn't need to push too hard, just needs to bring it round this lap and then one more, and then he'll be home for the victory in race 1 of round 4 of the GT3 Neo Racing Championship. Let's have a look a little bit further back. We've got Stevie there, who's that behind him? That's Flying Flapper behind him, so he's got some company there. Flying Flapper. He's had a couple of little incidents in this race, but he's not done too bad for his first opening race, and for what conditions to be in his first race in. Thunderstorm, absolutely torrential rain, hardly any grip on those tyres, and he's not doing bad. Fortunately, the Mercedes is a very good handling car for these conditions, so we were quite lucky to have this car for these conditions. We do replicate the conditions in the championship to the real life, so obviously it was thunderstorming on this day in Indianapolis, so that's what we ran with. So don't forget to check out the YouTube. Oh, Flying Flapper's lost it in the background. Promotion can wait. Just had a little moment there, but I think he's recovered from it. TY can smell more positions, so no, he can't. He's gone too hot in himself, so still can't get that consistency with that car in this one, so hopefully in the next race he'll do a lot better, but he's not doing bad at the minute to keep things as they are. Meanwhile, Bidzster's pulled away from Jay Houston. You can see the gap there emerging, so Bidzster's managed to pull away, so not a bad race. He'll want some more out of this from starting on pole position, but just made that mistake at first, and not a bad comeback to go from 9th to 2nd, so very good driving from Bidzster. Obviously not a bad driver in the wet, so pretty good, and I think Neil's even better in the wet because he's pulled out 9 seconds, 9 seconds on 2nd place, so, or it would have been 11 seconds from the actual person who would be second if Bidzster hadn't spun, but yes, so very good driving there from Neil as it goes onto the straight to win round 4, race 1 at Indianapolis. Good win, Neil, well done. Bidzster's going to come through, hopefully into 2nd. On the grass a little bit there though, almost made a mistake, almost through 2nd away, but no, keep 2nd place. Well done to Bidzster, 2nd place, good recovery from that spin. Jay Houston 3rd, he'll be happy with that, hopefully good points for Team Orange. And we've got to wait another 30 seconds or so for the next lot to cross the line. So Jamo's there in 4th, Stevie's teammate 5th, just running wide there a little bit in the background. Got to be careful not to get caught by Flying Flapper here, so we'll see how all this pans out. There's Jamo, Stevie just behind Flying Flapper in 6th place. Oh, Stevie makes a mistake there, will Flapper pounce. Jamo's going to be 4th, if he can hold on. Stevie's going to be 5th. Flapper will get 6th, I think, as they come through. Oh no, Jamo's lost it on the line! He's lost it on the line, Stevie gets 4th. Flying Flapper gets 5th. Jamo, got to see if he can get it recovered before TY can get there. As he recovers, there he goes. Where's TY? He's not going to be close enough, I think. So he crossed the line, there's TY. So 6th for Jamo, 7th for TY. Keith will be 8th, Blakeney 9th, and Danny Quaver in 10th. So there's your winner, Neil Farmack. Well done to Neil, good race from him. So we'll see you again for round 2. Take care, guys.